Hello there.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
My name is Branson. I just made a 20-minute long video about blue people with shit movies.
Hello, I'm Ethan. Yes.
Hi, I'm Matthew, and I'm just kind of here. We're all trapped in this room together. That's fun.
And
We're not actually in the
welcome.
room, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're all in my basement. I'm keeping him here.
Good God, no. All right, so
And welcome, everybody, to Everybody Talks Radio.
probably
Matt,
wondering
do you
why
wanna-
it's a different format. That was my fault. So now it looks like this.
What does it look like?
It just looks like a very elaborate poster of you, me, and Branson.
Oh, are you talking about the thumbnail?
Yeah, that's why it
Ah.
looks like a different format.
Yeah. So, Matt, do you want to explain what this show is?
This is just like a starting point for me. So like this is like how I just like come into the world of being. So hello.
Hello there, society.
My father. All right, no. I always lose it every time I get to like my father. Like I can't get any farther into that. Like it's just I don't know. Whatever.
Well, how was your guys' Christmas? Did you get anything good?
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I got HP Victus, which I'm streaming on right now.
Nice.
Keeping it all together, keeping it up pretty well. No lag. Hopefully.
Cool. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I got like some more Transformers for my collection. Trying to look over on my shelf. What do I have? Alright, so like I don't know. I think I got a new Megatron or something. It's like just
Nice.
perched over there in the corner. Got a few more Godzilla figures. I got some like Sonic Funko Pops or something. I don't know what it is over there. Yeah.
Cool. I got my first car. And
But
a
you're our
new
age,
phone.
right?
I'm 16.
Yeah, you're our age. So it's like, how
Yeah.
did you get to this point in life?
I don't know, Matt. I don't know. That's a question I ask myself every night before I go to bed.
Yeah, that's something I want to do for my 18th birthday. I just want this to be on the cake. I have no idea how I made it this far in life. That's what I want to have on my birthday cake when I'm 18. Just and then I'll take a picture with it and be like, oh. So it's fine. I don't know.
Did you guys see, switching topics, did you guys see the Nintendo Switch 2 leaks?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, Matt, the Nintendo Switch 2 leaked, and that is just what it's called.
So
There's like only like one difference, and that there's a like C button. There's a button labeled C. They have one new button.
so they reintroduced a nunchuck control for the Wii and then put it on a Switch.
Well, we don't know what.
Because if I recall correctly, there was a C button on the nunchuck to the Wii remote.
Oh yeah, you're right. What do you guys think that C button does?
I don't quite know for sure, but if I had to assume, it's probably for like in-game, like I don't know, like it's probably like a new inventory button, like where you can be like, all right, so what do I have? All right, so I have some 3 leaves and a twig. It's fine. I don't know.
Oh,
I
whoa.
don't have much in my pockets. It's like I don't know. That's what I think that's gonna be used for.
What was it used for on the Wii?
It was used for like character swapping in Lego games. Like
Basically, it's like a shoulder button.
Kind of, yeah.
Maybe we'll have a new
My
year.
original my original thought when I first saw that button was, oh, C for capture, but there's already a snapshot button on the Switch and the Switch 2 in the leaks. So
Well, maybe they're making their capture shit better. They have just like screenshots and like 10-second videos.
Maybe if they're
they
doing
have
like Pokemon gameplay on the controller, then they're like that's a new capture button that you can use to like catch the Pokemon or something. I don't know how this works, but if like that's what it's for, because
that sounds like the you go.
like Pokemon's like a Nintendo property, right? Or is it some other company?
I know.
It's a joint it's a joint it's a collaboration between Game Freak, the Pokemon company, and Nintendo. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's a Nintendo property.
Hmm.
Honestly, I feel like Nintendo would do that. I feel like they wouldn't introduce an entirely new button just for Pokemon.
Mm.
I mean, in the early 2000s, they had that they had like a whole Pokemon console.
Yeah, the Pokemon N64.
No, it's like a handheld console.
Oh, that one. Pocket Pokemon.
The
whatever the
Pokemon
fuck.
Mini.
Yeah,
That's what it was
that one.
called. Yeah. Yeah. So, Matt,
Yeah.
tell us about your trip.
All right. So, for the uninformed, I went to San Francisco for Christmas. That was exhausting. Like I'm tired anyway. I'm always tired. I know I come across as high energy, but it's like I just went there for the trip and I was like, wow. Everything seems so much more advanced. Like there are like self-driving cars and then there's like people driving Ubers like, all right, where do you want to go? So there's like there's people driving cars and then they take you to like fucking liquid nitrogen ice cream shops. Like what the fuck happened here to like get this advanced in society? Like it's very impressive. There's like the architecture is like a mix of like Asian like influence and like Victorian or something, and then it's like something more modern. Like there's like 300 other things like mashed together into one city. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot to
fun.
take in.
What all did you like specifically? What all did you see there? Like places you went to?
We went on a movie tour where we saw like we took a bus and there was like movies being played. Like we could see like where like each film was shot in a movie, and like the like scenes where like so you know the giant pyramid, the Transamerica building.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that building like we got to see like Mrs. Doubtfire walk past that, and that we then the Golden Gate Bridge. We saw Caesar and the Army of Apes just like running across it. Like those
Nice.
scenes, like that's what we did for the tour.
Sounds fun.
Mhm.
Well, do you guys know how many hours you have to drive to be eligible to get your license?
How many?
It's like 62
Jesus. Okay.
now. Yeah. And like a
Hey.
certain amount of that has to be in like specific weather conditions, and a certain amount of that has to be at night.
Alright. So they're just like, all right, let's drive during the day. Now let's drive at night. Now drive during a thunderstorm. Like Jesus. Like it goes from like different intensities of stress. It's like, all right, now you're driving in a blizzard. Okay, Larry, I'll take your word for it. Who's Larry? I don't know. All right.
There is like a place down where I live, which is like a simulation place where they like simulate different like weather conditions, so I can get some of my hours in there if I want to.
So like, what is the car like stuck to like a board where it's like driving there, and then it's like simulating like the conditions of weather around you in the room, or is it like a whole
Honestly, I
zone?
told you. Honestly, I told you what I know. I don't know. I don't know anything else. All I know is that.
Right. You know that part of Cars 3 where Lightning McQueen's like fixed to like a giant like
Yeah, the racing
movable
simulator.
structure where he's just driving in front of a screen?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of as you were saying that.
Yeah.
Do you guys, on top of Cars, did you guys see that Disney themselves accidentally leaked that they're making Cars 4?
Yeah, I heard that and I thought it was just an SNL bit, but no, it was like happening and I was like, why would you do that?
Why do we need a Cars 4? It's like Toy Story.
Yeah.
Like,
So basically, like Disney, for those who don't know, Disney held a D23. I almost said D24. They held a D23 a couple months back, and
It might as well be 24, so it's fine.
and then and while people were walking out of the convention, they were hit with a survey, which was, and like one of the questions on the survey was, what of these announced upcoming Disney movies are you most excited for the most? And one of the options on the survey was Cars 4, which they didn't announce at D23. So like what everyone is assuming happened is like they were supposed to announce it, but they didn't last minute, but they forgot to take it out of the survey.
So they're not good with marketing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you guys think it will be about?
I don't know. I don't remember
Bruce
what
Ramirez.
happened in Cars 3. Like it's been like a
He-
long time since I've seen that. They might as well make like a Planes 3. Like I don't know what the fuck.
They were going to make a Planes 3. It was going to be called Planes Survive and Rescue, I'm pretty sure. Planes Survive and Rescue, yeah. There's storyboards, I think, out there of it, but then the studio, because the Planes movies are not made by Pixar, they're made by like one of Disney's other miscellaneous side animation studios, and then that studio shut down after Planes 2.
Yeah, so that weird subdivision of Pixar where they're just like, all right, let's see what we can make here without
Well, it wasn't a
Disney knowing, of course. Like it's just,
Well, it
they'll do
wasn't a
whatever.
subdivision of what?
It was
What'd you
the
say?
subdivision of Pixar.
Well, it wasn't a subdivision of Pixar. It was a subdivision of Walt Disney Animation. That studio was the same studio that made the direct-to-DVD Disney sequels.
Yeah, what was it
Studio
called?
that made
Circle 7 or
Planes.
something?
No. Circle 7 was the Pixar one. So basically, they had like two divisions. They had one for Walt Disney Animation and one for Pixar, and the Pixar one was Circle 7, but they never did anything. Like they were formed, had some projects in the works, and then they were shut down before they released anything.
Yeah, they
The
had
other
like
one,
a Monsters Inc. sequel planned or something, and then what was the other one?
they had a different Toy Story 3 planned, a direct-to-DVD one.
Hmm.
What was the studio behind Planes? No, I put what is the studio behind Planes?
It just kind of cut out on my end.
mine too.
So I don't know what happened. I looked up what was the studio behind Planes. It was Disney Toon Studios. They were the same studio that made the direct-to-DVD Disney sequels. They also had another Cars spin-off in the works called Metro, which would have been about trains. Yeah. Anyway, and
Dude,
we were talking about Cars 4, right?
yeah.
I say, Chris Ramirez dies horribly in a fire, and then Lightning McQueen has to come back to racing.
He's like, wow, you failed at your job, man. Wow. Like,
Yeah,
he's not gonna do it. So.
yeah. So, how do you guys feel about the extra break we've been having for
It's
Christmas?
it's nice, but it's like it's not long enough. And I say that
Eh,
because I was on vacation for most of it. So,
I mean,
uh,
man, it'll never be long enough.
yeah. What?
It'll never be long enough.
I don't think you realized what you said.
Oh, did I cut out again?
No, you just.
Okay. Well,
You'll realize it later. Just.
well, well, yeah, Christmas break has been longer for us this year, for anyone who doesn't know, because of it being on a Wednesday. And honestly, it's kind of messed with me. I can't go too long without hanging around people my age for an extended amount of time.
We're almost adults, and that's like bothersome. It's like, oh God, how did I get this far?
16 is the age of consent in Pennsylvania.
The fuck? Alright, whatever.
Yeah. So yeah. And I am 16, so it's kind of fucked up.
I'm
Kind of messing with
16.
me.
I'm 16, but I'm still a child. So don't
Yeah.
touch me. I don't need any of you near me. So. Alright, whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you all noticed, but during this entire stream I've been doing a lot of voices. That's part of my profession.
Yeah. So, have you guys played any good games recently?
Not recently that I can recall.
What about you, Ethan?
Well, I can't really use my PS5 anymore because the disk drive freaking died or some shit.
You didn't use
Dang.
Google Earth VR or whatever?
Oh yeah, my sister got a MetaQuest 3S. Let me. I've just been messing with VR and shit.
So the most fire game you've been playing is a Google Earth VR, eh?
It's alright.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing not to rub in the wound of your PS5 disk drive not working anymore, but I've been playing Astrobot.
Nice.
Astrobot's so fucking good, dude. It's so good. It's one of my new favorite games of all time. It's just like when you're in the zone, everything feels like perfect. It feels so kinetic. Like if you die, it's on you. Also, the game cares more about PlayStation's legacy than PlayStation themselves do.
Hmm.
Like
So
oh, you go.
so they're just like we could just let this go, it's fine. But like yeah.
Yeah, but Astrobot won't. Astrobot dude, if there's a character you even associate with PlayStation, it's in that game. And I already really liked Playroom on I already like Playroom, but this game just Like that game was basically like a tech demo. Like it was like a 2 to 3 hour game, but this game just takes that game to the next fucking level. Uh, so, should we enter the Sonic 3 portion of the stream now?
Yeah.
So, Matt, have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. So, all of us have seen Sonic 3. Me and Ethan saw it together. Matt saw it on his own.
Yeah, I was just
Uh,
like, all right, like maybe I could do it alone. Like I brought my mom with me. Like I don't think like I couldn't convince my dad or my sister to see it, but like my mom was like, yeah, sure, let's go see it. And so we saw it, and I was like, all right, this is a good movie.
My mama didn't see it with me because she wanted to do, she was watching the Penn State game, but she wanted to see it.
Mm.
Anyway, yeah, it's pretty damn good. Probably the best video game movie of all time. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty safe to say.
Mm.
Yeah.
Would you say that it's better than the Mario movie, or was it just like was it compared to that?
Honestly, I think all three Sonic movies are better than the Mario movie. Not that the Mario movie is bad, but it's just like Sonic characters and their dynamics translate a lot better to the big screen than Mario's characters do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like the Mario movie doesn't really have a plot. It's just like I mean it does, but it's so simple.
It's kind of
kids-
shallow, is what you're trying to say. Like it's not like super detailed because there's not a lot of lore to begin with. Like,
Yeah, and I like the Mario movie, but like, well, like, I don't think it's like asking for it to be, I don't know, Apocalypse Now to ask for it to have a little bit more meat on its bones.
maybe.
Sonic like balances being like a Sonic fan soy pog fest and actually being a real movie with like a plot better than Mario, I think.
Mm.
And this third movie is the best of the trilogy, in my opinion.
The first one, it just started with Sonic being on Earth. He's like, "Hey everyone, oh hi, there's a giant guy and a robot," and then he has to kill him. I mean, he doesn't, but then in Sonic 2, Knuckles and Tails show up and they're like, "Hey, we exist," and then he's like, "All right, whatever," and then they find a giant green rock, and then they power up to defeat another giant robot, and then they find Sonic's like evil doppelganger, and then he's like, "Ah, cool, that happened," and meanwhile he's just standing there like, "I must avenge Maria. Holy shit. I have no idea how I made it this far in life. It's been 50 years. This is the world that I come back to. Jesus Christ, what happened to you people? Oh my god. This
Yeah.
science, what is all this?" It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. So I've heard a lot of people say online that like that Sonic would recognize Shadow's voice because he's a fan of Keanu Reeves in universe in the first movie.
Oh,
We see
yeah.
him. But also, but I feel like
in that first movie, he was like, "Oh, hey, Keanu." He was like watching a movie behind like the window in the first movie, and then like later he's just like, "You're a colorful bunch," and then he's like, "Keanu."
But I feel like that's kind of dumb because Shadow sounds nothing like the guy from Speed. Something I really liked about this third movie is how that I feel like nobody's talking about, and that's understandable. They want to talk about the actual Sonic stuff in the Sonic movie, but something I think they handled really well was like the human characters, like Tom and Maddie.
Yeah.
Because in like the second movie, they had like their own little subplot, and it felt like they just wanted to get rid of them altogether, but they couldn't because they were in the first movie.
Mm.
So they just devoted them to their own weird little SNL fucking subplot.
Yeah.
But in this movie, like they're actually helping out, like they're part of like the main group, and there's not like any like wacky, weird, branching storylines going on.
Mm.
And Jim Carrey, man, he's so good.
Like the first movie, they were like, "All right, who should we get to play Eggman? Let's see here. So we have this guy, this guy, this guy, and then we have Jim. So how do you feel about shaving your head?" And then he's just like, "All right, so how do you feel about doing it twice for the same pay?" That was the third movie, and then he's just like, "I don't know. I'll figure it out." I just got done with shooting the Grinch, but it's fine. I'll do it.
Shooting the Grinch.
Yeah,
The Grinch.
Jim Carrey was the Grinch, remember?
Yeah, I know, but he wasn't shooting the Grinch.
Well, yeah, I know
right
that, but that was
before.
like 20 years before
Uh,
2020. So,
I thought what you said was like I thought what you meant was he just got done shooting the Grinch, then he went into Sonic.
I don't know. That was the last thing I ever saw him in, other than like Liar Liar, but like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought you meant like right. I thought you meant like right before, and I was like, the Grinch is a 20-year-old movie.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you heard him say that he might be like done after this? I mean, he said that after the last Sonic movie, and then he came back, but he's like, for realsies, I might be done with this movie with acting.
Yeah. Because he did just turn into a solar system, so I don't know if he's going to come back. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
that
for
counts as a
anybody,
spoiler, right?
yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, we're gonna spoil everything.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Maria dies. That's not a shock.
Yeah. Although her death is it's different from in the games. In the games, she gets shot. In the movie,
It's
the bullet.
it's like
You go.
away, but it's like still like at Maria, and like
Yeah, in the game she just gets point blank shot. In the movie, she gets shot at, but the bullet misses her and hits like an oil tank behind her, and then explodes, and then she dies.
yeah. And then Shadow's like, "What the fuck happened here? Oh my God, Maria, you're dead. I'm gonna kill them all." Jesus Christ! What the hell?
And also in the game, that all happened on the space colony Ark, but in the movie, it just happened on a random gun base. And the space colony Ark was like a bargaining chip for Gerald Robotnik to get out of prison.
Hmm.
But it doesn't matter. It's basically the same story, and I think they did Maria and Shadow's dynamic justice. I would like a few more scenes between them.
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't like enough Shadow scenes. Like he was there, but like he wasn't like as like featured as he could have been.
Yeah. Uh, because like the first scene we see of him and Maria is that like montage scene where they get to know each other, and I would just like to see that be like a bit more gradual than just like a montage. But it doesn't matter; it's still really good. Like they
Yeah.
you still feel their bond and like Shadow's pain when she dies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the Wade cameo.
Oh yeah.
I'm one of the 3 people that actually likes Wade, so.
Yeah, Wade's just like,
E.T.
all right. He's just like, all right, let's defend this
Yeah.
green stone. And then Sonic shows up. He's like, I need to kill him. And then he's like, I need to protect the stone. And then he takes it and he's like, whatever. So at least he was there, right? Like,
Yeah. I like Wade's shtick. I just like realized like a couple weeks ago that he is the Cable guy in Iron Man 3. I didn't know that.
yeah.
So Ethan, the Ethan the Man, what were your highlights of the movie?
I
Ethan?
think he's dead.
Ethan.
What are you?
Oh. Hello?
Is he
I
away
saw-
from his
I
computer?
said I'll be
I saw-
right fucking back.
Oh, okay.
We didn't hear anything.
I said it in the chat shit thing.
Oh,
Oh, in the chat.
so that's
sorry,
why we didn't hear
see.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, my highlights for the movie. It was pretty good. The climax was pretty good. The scene between Shadow and Sonic, both going super.
Yeah.
The dap up is so good.
Yeah.
We were talking about like the Mario movie a couple minutes back. Did you guys see that they? And I know you did, Ethan. Matt, did you see they announced the release date for the
Yes.
next Mario movie?
Yeah, I saw
they
that like
did.
sideways Mario movie poster, and then with a 2 on the other side.
Oh, I don't think that's official, but they did like go on Twitter and say like the next Mario movie is being released. But they didn't say if it's. They just said another movie in the Mario movie universe. So they didn't say if it's like Mario movie 2 or if it's like a a Donkey Kong movie or a Luigi's Mansion movie.
Mm. We're just gonna have to wait until 2029 to get the like what is it, Zelda movie, Kirby movie, whatever else, Metroid. I don't care. And then like 2099, we're gonna get Smash Bros. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they are making. Oh, excuse me. They are making a Zelda movie. They did announce that. Who do you got? And it's live action, which is, I don't know, alarming, I guess.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Did you know that they were going to make an animated Zelda movie, but that was someone else? I forget who it was that was gonna do that.
Yes. I saw the test animation for that.
Yeah. And then like
A
Ganondorf
mod.
just looks like he's just like hello.
Yeah, Ganondorf has the fresh new cut. I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone watching this has seen the leaked animated Zelda movie animation, but if you have, go and watch it. Not only because it looks really good, but Ganondorf's cut in that animation
He
is
just has no
is
beard,
crazy.
and it's like it's really awkward
Yeah.
on him because it's just his face.
Yeah. That was made by Imaji, which was the studio behind Astro Boy, the Astro Boy CGI movie, and the TMNT movie, the animated one before Mutant Mayhem,
Yeah.
the first animated one. Yeah, a lot of their stuff leaked when they went under. They were making like a movie based on like another anime.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think? What do you guys think will get a movie next after Zelda?
I don't quite know.
Nintendo wise, obviously. I'm not saying what's the next movie gonna be. Next Nintendo movie. I feel like with Detective Pikachu Returns out now that like they're gonna do that maybe again. Detective Pikachu 2.
Is that why they brought it up in Sonic 3?
Well, yeah, but that's unrelated Sonic 3 is under Paramount, and who did make Detective Pikachu? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Just imagine if that one scene where those two girls are like, "Hey, are you Detective Pikachu?" Just imagine if that was like the first marketing for Detective Pikachu Returns.
Look it up. I don't know. I'll look it up. But I know it wasn't a Paramount that made Detective Pikachu.
Hmm.
So, what do you guys think of Detective Pikachu? You think it's good?
Like I liked it, but like I can't remember what happened. Like it's been a while since I've seen it.
It's basically the same for me. I just remember that one scene with the girl on the stairs. That's like it's like a Disney Channel scene.
Hmm.
Um, what would you guys say is your TV show of the year?
Well, I just started watching Transformers Prime on Netflix, and it only has one season covered on it. So, but that was from like 2010, so it's like an older show. But that was my show of the year.
What about you, Ethan?
Shows. I didn't really watch a lot of shows.
Uh,
Sure.
oh, well, mine was probably the Penguin. I really liked the Penguin.
Yeah. Yeah, how was it?
Yeah, it was good. It was a really good show. I'm gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait 3 years now. I'm gonna wait till after I'm out of high school to see the story continue, though.
Hmm.
Because the Batman thing, the Batman Part 2, isn't coming till like October 1st, 2027, I think it is.
Hmm. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think that one's gonna be about?
My hope is that it's Mr. Freeze, but they're not gonna do that because they want the Batman to be realistic.
Well, alright. I mean, Nolan's Batman was probably the more realistic out of the bunch.
Although that one did have Scarecrow.
Yeah, but
It's
like you
pretty
could make
silly
like you can make like nightmare hallucinogens yourself. Like that's like something you can
Yeah.
do. That's how grounded it was. Like you could just be like, all right, so what do I do? I really like hallucinogens, but then I also need to do it for medical research. I got an idea. And he's just like, all right, so I'm gonna put on this mask. You're gonna breathe in these nightmare toxins, and then wait, what? Yeah, you're just gonna feel the nightmares, and then it's like, Jesus, what the fuck, man? How do you live? I don't know. I'm not
Well,
good at commentary.
no, you're all right.
Uh,
Well, you were just talking about Transformers Prime, and that brings us to another discussion point. Transformers One.
yeah, we saw that
Bombed
movie,
so
and it was like no one saw it.
bombed so hard that Hasbro is not funding their own shit anymore.
Yeah, they're just like, we'll just decide like not to do that. You can, like, if you really feel like it, you can make a movie, but you're gonna have to ask us first. What are you, Toho, asking for like revenue back for owning Godzilla? Like, that's what the deal is with Legendary, Warner Brothers, and then Toho. Like, it's just like, all right, so if you give us some money, we'll give you the rights to own Godzilla for this one movie. And if you really feel like it, you can do it again. And also, there's these rules. He can't eat humans. Why not? Because no. All right, whatever. Anything else? Yeah. And then we'll also have you not have him like interact with a human. Why does all this have to do with a human? Shut up. All right, whatever. So that's the general tone. No.
Well, I've only seen one Godzilla, and that's the one that you and I watched together.
Yeah, Godzilla -1.
Yeah, and that one was really good.
Hmm.
Uh,
Like, I hadn't cried during a movie in a long time. The last movie I ever remember crying at was like Gremlins. Like that ending scene where Gizmo has to go away. He's like, "Bye, Billy," and then I'm like, "Oh, oh no, that poor fuck. He can't leave." Oh, no. That was the last time I ever cried. In -1, like the first time I ever saw it in theaters, like the part where the black rain comes down, I'm like, oh my god, what am I watching? Because that was my first time watching it, and I had no idea what I was getting into. And then later, there's another part that almost got me. There's a part where they're like, okay, so Noriko's dead. Hi kid, how you doing? And then the kid's like, where's mom? And then I'm like, oh god, no, not again. That movie like really like hit me in an emotional core. And Transformers 1 almost did the same thing at the end, where it cuts back to like the first time that Orion and D16 meet. Like, and then he's just like, hey, if you watch my back, I'll watch yours. And he's like, cool. And then they fist bump, and I was like, oh, not again. They just left. Why would you do that? I don't know. So,
Ethan, have you seen Transformers 1?
No, I have not.
You should. It's a good movie.
Consider it.
Yeah, I really liked it. I think, what a brave opinion I have. That's what everyone on the internet's been saying. But yeah, I even like Bumblebee, which is like a lot of people's least favorite aspect of the movie. Even I thought he was fine.
they do bring up the Badassatron bit like way too much. Like he's just like, hey, Badassatron. Like it's not like stopping. Like it's kind of relentless.
I think the reason everyone hated him so much is because they centered the entirety of the marketing around him, and everyone got sick of him.
Yeah.
During the marketing campaign. Anyway, do you guys think it's gonna get a trilogy like the creators want?
Like I'd like for it too. Like I'd like for like another movie. Like I'm just imagining like one scene in particular for either the second or third one. Like Bumblebee is like talking shit to Megatron, and then Megatron like grabs his throat and like crushes his like voice box, and then he's like, "Shut up." And then he's like, and then the audience is like, "Whoa, what the fuck? You can't do that. He's an innocent guy." Because like the audience was like hating on Bumblebee, and then when that happens, it's just like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this?" So
Yeah,
I don't know.
the audience is gonna. That's how we're gonna swap. That's how we're gonna swap the audience's size. We're the Bumblebee truthers.
Yeah.
You and me, Matt. That's how we're gonna swap the audience side with that scene. They should just
Yeah,
hire us to write the movie.
Yeah, they just hate him in the first movie. They're like, this guy again. And then in the second or third movie, he gets his voice box removed, and they're like, no, you can't do that. I don't know.
Yeah. I think the main reason I feel like it might get a sequel is due to Spider-Verse, because hear me out. The first Spider-Verse also didn't make that much money at the box office. It did okay. Like it did better than Transformers 1. It made like $100-something million. But still, that's not like a lot for like a major tentpole movie. But then Across the Spider-Verse came out, and it made $500 million at the box office because it grew over time. And I think, I don't know if maybe I'm just speaking out my ass here, but I feel like I heard somewhere that like Transformers 1 was also like a very popular movie when it came to like the home.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard a lot of like people like saying, "All right, so Transformers 1's doing well on streaming." So let me understand this. You like this movie, but like not enough to go to a theater to see it.
I mean, in all fairness, we don't know people's financial situation. It could be because they just couldn't afford to go see the movie.
Speaking of things that you didn't want to pay to see, I oh my god, on my vacation I watched Nosferatu. Oh my god, I don't I watched that movie and I when I left the theater I was like, how much did we pay for this again? I was like really disappointed with what it was. Like I'll be nice and say maybe it was a good movie, but it could have used different actors. That's just me being nice. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't understand one thing that was happening. Like I think the actors were trying like way too hard, and I thought anime dubs were over exaggerated. This was like a whole other degree of like, that's a bit much. So I don't.
Hey, you go.
No, that was about all I had.
I didn't hear anything about Nosferatu until like the week it came out. I didn't even know it existed until the week it came out, and then my subscription box were flooded with all my like favorite creators glazing the movie.
Hmm.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
When you
But
say
yeah,
they
well,
glazed the movie, what did that mean? Like they were just like talking shit, or they were like praising it? Like what did that mean?
I got a lot of them were praising it,
Yeah, maybe
but
I just misunderstood it. I don't know, but like, I didn't really like it. It's like,
yeah, I get that. Going back to the Transformers, that's like the main, like the streaming numbers are like the main reason I kind of banking on it getting a sequel because like Spider Verse, again, it also didn't do well at the box office, but it did great on like Netflix. It did
mm,
so well that they uh did Across Spider Verse, and because of the momentum that got on streaming, Across got like $600 million. So I feel like it would be smart. I don't know if they're gonna do it, but I feel like it would be smart of them to, and them being Hasbro, to do the same thing.
mm, perhaps.
Yeah. So
I just heard my stomach growl.
yeah.
Like it's early in the morning and I didn't like eat breakfast. Like I say early, and it's like 9:48. That's not early. That's like later in the day. But like,
Well, that's later in the day for you. The other day I woke up at like 2:30 in the afternoon.
how long have you been here?
This is extremely early for me.
Jesus. All right.
So going back to Cars to going back to going back to Cars 4 and staying on the topic of Pixar, what do you guys think about Incredibles 3?
I don't know a whole lot about it other than they're just making it, but I heard that as well as the live action Lilo and Stitch, and I was like, dude, we need this.
Yeah. I feel like what they should do for the third movie is age up the characters. I think that's what they should have done with the second movie, but no, everyone just had to see the Undermine or battle.
Mm.
But I
Like,
think that's like the
Like
you
maybe
go,
for
you go.
the third one they're gonna age the characters, but like I don't know. It's probably gonna be like, hey, it's a day after that. What the fuck? We've had 20 years.
Yeah, they're
It's
gonna
like-
show the bank robbery that the Incredibles want to go stop at the end of Incredibles 2.
Yes.
Because everyone was like, we need to know what happens next. Ethan, what do you want in Incredibles 3?
Incredibles 3. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, probably aging the characters would be good,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
Um I saw the other day there's a new Zootopia 2 poster on top
Yeah.
of Disney stuff. It's crazy to me that we've seen so much from Zootopia 2, but we haven't seen a trailer yet, especially because it's coming out in like half a year. Yeah.
You saw
I
the
feel like
Snow
they
White
missed
trailer?
what?
You saw the Snow White trailer?
Oh yeah, it looks like ass.
Yeah, I watched that trailer. I was just watching. I was like, And at the
I don't
point where they get to the witch, she was like, "Oh, did I scare you?" And I was like, "You used to. Now you're just old." Just-
what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, Zootopia 2. I feel like they missed out a huge opportunity not calling it Zootopia.
what?
Zoo 2. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Don't do
mean,
that.
What do you mean no?
Like
Listen, when I
Escape
see
to Africa, maybe, but like that's
oh, that
just
movie's so good.
Madagascar Escape to Africa. Like I don't know how else you could like make that work without it sounding weird. Like Godzilla minus two, if that's what they decide to call the sequel, then I'll be like, well, okay. But
Every time I just see a name where the number of the entry lines up with like a letter in the title, then I'll be like, they should have called it that. I thought they should have called Venom: The Last Dance V3 Num. I don't know. I guess that's just me.
I don't know.
Well, I'm great at these transitions. Venom is related to Spider-Man, and there is some Spider-Man 4 news going around. We got like there was a rumor that Ghost Rider and Mephisto will show up in Spider-Man 4 from Daniel RPK.
In one movie.
Do you guys know like the whole like controversy around Spider-Man 4, Tom Holland?
What happened?
Basically, Sony, because the Tom Holland Spider-Mans are a collaboration between Marvel Studios and Sony. Marvel Studios and Tom Holland want the movie to be a street level story, but Sony wants it to be a multiverse story.
How about we just take a break from that side of the story for a while? Just put it in a box. And
Yeah.
then we'll take the reins from here.
I mean, I really loved No Way Home. You guys have seen No Way Home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love that movie, but I feel like it ends with just like a good setup to do a more grounded story for the next one.
Yeah. But we have to set up Dr. Doom, so it's fine.
Well, they're not even gonna set him. It doesn't even exist to set him up because the movie's coming out in between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, Tom Holland Spider-Man 4.
So it like halfway intersects with the Doom story.
Yeah. I wonder how that's gonna work. Like, is it a prequel? Or
Maybe
is
it's
it
gonna
like
be like
a
one of those filler movies, like Ant-Man 2, where it's just like, hey, this was happening while that was happening. I don't.
yeah? Well, Spider-Man's he's definitely gonna be in Doomsday, right? Like, there's no way he's not with RDJ coming back.
Maybe. And he's gonna be like, Stark, what the fuck? And he's like, who's Stark? And he's like, no. What? I don't know.
I saw someone like pitch this idea that like Avengers Doomsday. I think this was New Rockstars. New Rockstars pitched this idea on their YouTube channel where Avengers Doomsday is not a it's all multiverse. Like there's no MCU in it. It's all just different universes that aren't the MCU. And the movie ends with Doctor Doom going to the MCU. And that's what and then he shows up at the end of Spider-Man 4 and that leads into Secret Wars.
It's not a secret if everyone in the world knows about it.
I don't know why the original comic story was called Secret Wars.
Like maybe it was something like out of the eyes of the world. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I mean that was kind of lost in like the 2015 version because the world dies at the end of it. So I think it's pretty much in the eyes of the world. Well, the
Speaking
world
of
doesn't.
worlds dying, you think
the world-
Null should have done more?
In Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like other than just be strapped to a chair, he's like, he's
So
just
you-
fixed to his sword. He's like, oh god, it's the winter season.
Yeah, it's his winter arc. That's
Yeah.
kind of an odd thing to talk about because originally, right when I got out of the movie, I would have said, yeah, maybe, but you know, they're obviously setting him up for a future appearance where he'll be more important.
Yeah.
But now that they've canceled all the Spider-Man spin-off movies, I don't think they're gonna bring Noel back. I
Mm.
think that's it for him.
Maybe they'll reintroduce him in the MCU.
Yeah. I don't know. What did you guys think of Venom: The Last Dance?
Mm. I didn't see it.
Oh, I thought because you were talking about Noel that you saw the movie.
No, I just knew that much.
Ethan, we saw it together.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good too. I watched it like the other night with my family. I rewatched it, and I think they spent a little bit too much time on side characters that aren't Eddie and Venom. But besides that, I think the movie's good. I think it might be my favorite of the Venoms. I don't know. Let There Be Carnage and The Last Dance are kind of fighting for that title. Yeah, I liked it. All right. Well, does anyone have any other topics? I feel like I kind of stole the show. I mean, not stole the show. I feel like I kind of like I feel like that's glazing saying I stole the show. I feel like what I mean to say is I feel like I kind of overtook the conversation way too much. Like, do you guys have anything you want to talk about?
So I was thinking of doing a review of season 1 of Transformers Prime.
Ah.
Like that's gonna take a while, of course, but like I have like a few ideas. Yeah.
Well, you're less lazy than me, so that would probably take less time to make than my stupid ass reviews about Jace Norman.
Mm.
What about you, Ethan? You got anything else you want to talk about?
Oh,
All right. Well, are we pretty much done here?
I think so.
All right. Well, this has been episode 1 of Everyone Talks Radio. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to Stupid Stuff, and like and subscribe to Matt. Your YouTube channel is the same as your Discord username, right?
I actually hadn't made it yet.
Oh, I thought it was up now.
No, I
anyway,
was gonna set it up.
Well, is it going to be the same as your Discord username?
Yeah, just in a little while.
Well, when the channel is up, please go subscribe to a General Soundwave. And subscribe to Ethan and Branson the Man if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching, and have a great Thursday.